Hello, work life warriors. I hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. How are you? Have you played? Have you played today? Have you played this weekend? Are you ready for work tomorrow? When the alarm goes off, will you hop out of the bed ready or are you going to hit the snooze button 11 times? Please share with me in the comments. I would love to know. I am here today back with another book review. We are doing Unstressable. As you can see, I have all of these bookmarks, and what we're going to do is go through each one, and I'm going to talk about each bookmark and tell you what triggered me in the book. I would love to share my information if you want it, so that's why we're doing this. Living is a shared experience, and although I'm having a good time, it's no fun if you not having none, right? Um, so what we're going to do today is talk about, I think we're still in chapter 1, but we're on page 31, and it's under what is stress, and it's at the bottom right above the picture. So this is a big one. As you know, I teach stress management, and stress is so ambiguous. It is just one of those things that impacts everyone differently. People have different symptoms, they have different stressors, it impacts them different. They just, in general, depending on our mindset and our resources, stress impacts us differently. So there isn't one unifying definition of stress, and there isn't one way to experience stress. We all experience it uniquely to how we are, right? That is what makes stress so difficult because it is unique. And so there isn't a one size fit all solution to de-stress outside of, like, of course, deep breathing and laughter, because when you are stressed out, your breathing is the first thing impacted. So if you take the time to regulate your breathing, then you're less stressed. And then laughter, of course, is your body's biological function to decrease cortisol in your body. So it is meant for laughter. But outside of those two things, there isn't a one size fit all for stress management. And so we don't necessarily know what stress is. It is normalized, and we kind of celebrate stress, right? It's the price of success. And so we don't necessarily know, we can identify what our stresses are when we're experiencing stress. We can just tell that our moods change or something is frustrating us, but we don't necessarily, we can't identify all of the emotions tied to the stressor in our behaviors that result from the stress. So here it says the term stress has many negative connotations, which it does. And stress is not necessarily a bad thing. You have good stress and bad stress. We don't think about stress in that way. We only think about stress in a bad way. But good stress could be graduation, it could be um, vacation, it can be getting married. There are so many positive things that happen to us in life that cause stress, right? But it's positive stress. It is eustress, it's short term stress. It spikes our cortisol levels for a small time, small extended period of time, maybe a day, an hour, but it's not chronic. It is not daily. It doesn't go on for months or days, right? And so we want to make sure that with stress, we are experiencing good stress alongside the bad stress. But too much stress, regardless of if it's good stress or bad stress, it's not good for your health. So you can have, 20 amazing things happen to you in 1 year, and it's still bad for your health, right? Because too much all at once over a short period of time is just, it's just not good for you, right? So we want to manage our stress, whether it's good stress or bad stress. We have good stresses and bad stress. We experience more bad stress, but we have to factor it all in together. And it says it's a negative connotation attached to it in our modern culture. There is a natural response to stories like mine and Alice as we watch our fathers being consumed by stress, then dying from illnesses that result from it. And in case you didn't know, it is said that up to 90% of all doctor visits are for stress related problems. So most of what we go to the hospital for is for stress. right? We think we are coping adaptively, but we are maladaptively coping. This is why many of our stresses turn into disease and illnesses in the body. It says everyone knows at least one person who has gone down this path. Stress does not have to be negative. It can be good for you. At the top, at the very top level, stress is in humans is just another survival mechanism. And absolutely, this is why I say stress is the thread of life. Stress has such a negative rap, but we would not have the societies that we live in. We would not have the advancements that we have or the comfortability or conveniences that we have if it wasn't for stress. If we lived off the land and everything was so neat and comfortable and pretty, we would never strive to for more. It is because of the stress of not being able to know where our next meal is coming from, or knowing if we're protected from the elements, or knowing if the people around us really like us or intending to harm us. The stress of those things impact us, right? And it helped us to think about solutions to solve the problems, right? How can we make it so that we're less stressed out, that we have more, stability, and that we can sustain it, and it's not at the expense of our health. So many of the things that we experience today, the experiences that we live, are a result of stress, although stress gets a bad rap. And so it's in our best interest. I'm gonna mute it. It's in our best interest to make sure that we are understanding that stress is not necessarily a bad thing, that it can be used for us and not necessarily against us. Stress can build our anti fragility. So the things that are happening can happen for us, and make sure that we are strengthening and growing and fortifying our strengths from it instead of it depleting us and making us scared and not maneuver. Stress could really be the catalyst to great things, to building great things. Look at our society, look around. It says it's the turbocharger, the high octane fuel that provides you with the boost you need to survive challenging situations. When it works well, it's awesome to be stressed. And I know many people can attest to that. And that's why we don't really work to eliminate stress, because we think it's beneficial to us. We think it's the price of success. We think it's what we experience when we're working hard or doing a great job, right? But it is over if it's short term, right? If it's short lived, yes, it is helping us. It is awesome to be stressed because all of the biological functions that happen help you to win, right? It's making sure that you are prepared to fight, or most importantly, win. But just like the book says, like those days before a big proposal, when you got to get together with your team at work and pull an all nighter, working hard, laughing, and feeling the camaraderie, or the day when you attended to ask her to marry you. Stressful, yes, but enjoyable and rewarding still. So some stress can be good for you. It can inspire you to act. It can make you do what is more most beneficial to your life and improving the overall quality of your life. We just have to use it in that way. We just have to make sure that stress is building our anti-fragility. It is helping us to be more aligned and in tune with our lives, that we are aware of how much stress we're taking on every single day, and we are going out of our way to manage our stress and combat cortisol in our body, because that's the only way that we could truly have happiness, is if our bodies are not constantly flush and flooded with cortisol, right? And so stress in itself, although it has a bad rep, it is so beneficial to us. It helped us in so many ways. We would not be here without it. And so I want y'all to put a little bit more respect on stress name. Put some respect on it. Stress is beneficial as long as you are managing it, as long as you are aware of how it's impacting your body, and you are making sure that it is not creating disease and illnesses in your body, and you are managing your stress and practicing stress management and wellness every single day. When you experience stress, it can propel you to high heights. right? And that's really what we want. Ultimately, we want our experiences to make us better, quicker, stronger, faster, wiser. We don't want to be depleted by the stresses of our lives, the events, the people that don't bring good feeling to us, around us, right? We want to make sure that it's in our best interest that every day we're adding the play, fun, laughter, joy into our life and not just waiting on it. There isn't one day that we don't experience stress in whatever context, right? So there's not one day that we should not be managing our stress and practicing wellness. So please share with me in the comments what are your thoughts about what stress is, the ambiguity of stress, how it impacts us, the survival of stress, how it influences our society. How does stress impact you? Does it make you work harder? Do you struggle with stress, under pressure? I would love to know. Pressure and stress are not the same thing. Pressure is normal, stress is not, right? So pressure is what we should be experiencing when things are challenging. But if we feel stress, it means we do not have the skills and abilities to adaptively cope with the stressor, which is not beneficial to us. We need to make sure that we are fortifying our strengths. So we are building a toolbox so that whenever we experience stress, right in the moment, we can release that energy so it's not impacting our mind and body. So I hope that this helps work life warriors. I would love to know what your thoughts are, how you're managing stress. What do you think about stress? How it impacts your life? How does it show up in your life? I would love to know. And as always, work life warriors, it is your responsibility to get out there and manage stress. You only have one life to improve the overall quality of your life. You have to manage your stress. Reading is a great way to manage your stress. It is brain training. Not only does it help decrease cortisol in your body, it helps to boost your mood, make you more confident. It improves your vocabulary and helps you to process the world differently. So get out there and play the stress away and make sure when the alarm goes off tomorrow, you are ready to hop out of the bed to contribute your best self to the world. We are waiting for you and you deserve to improve the quality of your life and you deserve to enjoy your one life. So I hope this helps work life warriors. I will see you tomorrow for our Monday stress well chat. Have a great day.